All right, and welcome back to the European qualifiers. Here we are back with another BO1 in this long, strange BO1 trip that we're doing right now. And we got ourselves France versus Hungary. So we're still on the road to seeing who's qualified for the
Yeah,
next round because there's rounds in this thing. And it should, start to level out who we're going to be seeing in the next round. I know a couple of things have been decided, so it should be fun to see how it stretches thin, right?
yeah, I think so. I think it's definitely Hungary, probably one of the teams that have been the most underwhelming so far. B Cup, I gotta say, they with low skill in their lineup, I thought they would do a bit better. They're 1-2, similar to France. Both teams looking at not qualifying even to the lower bracket, as we see the French lineup. This is the fourth time we have them on stream in this past couple of days. They even kickstarted off the day with the match that went well. It was okay. Sadly, they faced Poland, so we know how that usually ends up.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I think either of these two teams, well, both no, neither of these two teams should be happy with their performances thus far.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting because one of these teams ends up being 2-2 at the end of this, but they've also got to deal with maybe Georgia coming into the mix. Although Georgia, a team that I was excited about, they lost to Hungary. They're playing the Ukraine next, and I could see them being 1-3. So at 2-2, you set yourself up to be in a pretty solid spot.
Wait, Georgia lost to Hungary? When did that happen? Oh yes, they're
That
one and
was
two.
today.
Wow. Okay. Oh, now we're talking because I was just saying Hungary was under delivering. Well, upsetting Georgia. Oh wow, that's not something I thought we'd see. I really, like you said, thought Georgia would be top two, top three, maybe. But now losing to Hungary, maybe low skill and the boys can actually bounce back in this one. On paper, they should be the favorites facing France here. Crazier things have happened in this tournament so far.
Yeah, actually, Hungary dominated that matchup against Georgia. It wasn't even close. Wow.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
they
incredible.
yeah, and they won every lane. It is Stormy instead of Wish, so it's to me, I would say not the best Georgian lineup we could have seen,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
but I don't know. I guess there's something here against or for Hungary that might be able to pull it off. I'm not really too sure. With only a small sample size of BO1s, it's always hard to tell.
I'm wondering what is like the tiebreaker situation because obviously right now, especially in this Group D, there's a lot of tiebreaker potentials. All three of these squads that we're talking about right now could find themselves in, I guess, a 2-4 scenario. Does that make sense? I believe so. No, 2-3 scenario. Yeah, they could all find themselves in 2-3. So let's say Hungary wins now, and then they lose to Poland in the final game of the day, which I believe is the one that will be last. No, Ukraine Poland is last. I don't even know.
Mhm.
I feel like there could be a tiebreaker potential for eliminating or lower bracket in here, and I don't know what the format is. Are we playing best of ones? Are we playing best of threes? Are we going for the crazy 1v1 mid lane that we've seen some tournaments run?
It says, and doesn't mean it's true because it's on Wikipedia. Whether or not that's the actual tiebreaker rules, who knows? But it says head-to-head results between the tied teams, then BO1 tiebreakers, then a coin toss. Which I don't know how you get to a coin toss if the teams play each other. I never understood that part. Like if you played each other in a BO1, there would be no tie.
One of us. No. If head-to-head matches. Wait, what? If there's a head-to-head result, then we don't even go to BO1 tiebreakers, right?
I don't think
Right?
so.
Because we've played each other already. Like it's a
Yeah,
group stage. Everybody plays everybody.
yeah. I don't know.
maybe,
That's what
maybe.
I think.
Okay, so in that sense, I mean, the truth still sticks. Every victory matters, especially when you are right now. Most certainly outside of the top two, Hungary, France. Even if you're gonna find yourself in a tiebreaker later on today, defeating each other would be great. And Hungary would pretty much guarantee themselves a slot since they've already beaten Georgia. So a victory here, no matter what happens in their final and fifth game later today would pretty much mean Hungary is guaranteed lower bracket playoffs.
Yeah, that's what I assume is the case.
Oh, I get it. I get it. The BO1 tiebreakers, I get it. So if the scenario is Hungary beats Georgia, yeah,
Okay.
France beats Hungary, and Georgia beats France, they've all beaten each other. That takes us to a BO1. If
Yeah,
in the
fair enough.
BO1 between the three of them, they do the same thing again, that's when it goes to the coin toss. But the only problem is a coin only has two sides.
Gotta roll a D3. Start getting some Dungeons and Dragons dice out here.
Fair enough. I'd just playing rock, paper, scissors, you think, if we get to that thing?
Three-way rock, paper, scissors. I don't know. Who's reffing that? Us?
I hope so.
I don't trust us.
I think I would like to add that to my CV. Rock, paper, scissors caster? Come on.
Yeah, I mean, sure. If you think you could handle it, I don't know. What if somebody turns paper into rock?
Or like, what if someone does one of those kids things and they pull up, like, they say, oh, that's you. I've used my laser. That's not paper. I'm like, what? You can't use laser in rock, paper, scissors. Yeah,
I
no,
make
it's a
my
good
own rules. You know, that's what they start saying. I make my own rules in rock, paper, scissors. No, you don't. You play like everybody else. Stop that.
Okay, but
You're
very important, Pico. Are you a rock, paper, scissors shoot type of person or a rock, paper, scissors person?
no shoot. There is
No
no
shoot.
shoot.
Yes, Pico.
Never has been.
Virtual high five. There we go. My man.
I got you. Me and Black and Lacoste have played a lot of rock, paper, scissors. There's no shoot.
I 100 wholeheartedly agree with that. The game's not cold rock paper scissors shoot. It's rock paper scissors. You throw your hand at scissors. Thank you, established once and for all.
I don't think I say shoot. I don't know if now.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's on 4. I don't know.
What?
Yeah. Now I rescind that high five. I
I'm
think
so confused right now.
we don't say shoot, but we throw on 4. It's rock, paper, scissors,
Paper?
and then you just throw.
Scissors. No?
Ooh, I don't know about that. I
Production,
don't
let
know
me know
about
what
that
you think.
anymore.
Production, what
Yeah,
do you think? Let me know.
yeah, I'm not sure about that anymore. Oh man. So
So
we
you're
do
an
have a draft.
in-betweener. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's like a weird. Yeah, we don't say shoot, but we just throw on the last one. I don't know. I'd have to play again.
Well, like we said, maybe if it gets to that after the coin toss doesn't come through in potential tiebreakers, we might have to officiate that to two of us. But yeah, you mentioned the draft. The bans are underway, and it's the second time today I get to see a Lycan banned first phase, and I don't really know why.
Mm. Yeah, Lycan continues to find a couple bans and no picks. It's definitely a Black kind of question where you'd ask him. Because I feel like I don't really know why Lycan's getting banned that much. And if anything, it's got to be like comfort because like the Visage is out there too.
I mean, I asked Black; he didn't know either. So
Disappointing.
it's strange. It's a strange one. I guess you're afraid of. I don't know. What are you afraid of? Monkey King is going to be making his way through the draft because obviously France can't ban all the S tier heroes. So that's great starter for Hungary. I like the flex. The tree dance with the reduction cooldown is just so annoying. Even if the monkey's a carry or a support, he just rotates around the map at level 3 and allows his team to get kill. If he's on the safe lane, he goes to the twin gate, allows the off lane to get a pick off. It's a great start, but Hoodwink, traditional good counter to Monkey King because he can find you in the trees.
Yeah, I like being able to take the Monkey King out of the trees, especially with that tree dance facet. That shit's so annoying. Now, oh, I'm 90% health. Oh, I can just jump in and out of this tree all the time. Okay, cool. Bye. It's. I've seen it at work. That facet, it's so stupid. Like that is the word I will use to describe. It is so stupid. You just in tree, out of tree, over here, there, here, there, where. Oh, you're like Storm Spirit of the trees.
Yeah.
Enough.
Uh,
It's ridiculous.
Is this Monkey King's like audition to be the fifth spirit brother?
It really is.
Yeah. What would his name be? Would he be like the King Spirit or Spirit King or Monkey Spirit? What would you go for?
Monkey King of Spirits. Keep the name, but he's the King of Spirits now.
Fair enough. I like that. Yeah. That's good. He does still get countered by Spirit Breaker, uh, which is quite a good position for in this current meta. We are probably not going to see it because I assume this is a Hoodwink 4 most likely. Although, Thompson does play this hero mid lane every now and then. And they're putting through a lot of reserve time here for Hungary for this second set of picks and bans, which is surprising.
Yeah, usually teams kind of know what they want in terms of these BO1s, especially when you've seen quite a bit. I mean,
Yeah.
they knew they wanted to get rid of the Visage. They knew they wanted to get rid of the Lycan. And there's that Broodmother we've been seeing banned 1,000 times, but now we see it for real. Is it even going to be good? That's
So
the question. Because Monkey King, if it goes up in lanes against Broodmother, he can just boundless strike the Spiderlings.
Broodmother, France played Broodmother yesterday, and they picked it into 3 counters. As you could guess, probably by looking at their track record, they have lost that game. Uh, it wasn't that they played it bad; it's just the hero was already countered. So I think they now picking it second and allowing your opponents to. You said Monkey's great. Now the Sven. I don't know. Like I feel like they're putting themselves in a situation where they believe in this hero being so strong, which is understandable assessment. But you gotta also put stuff together around it to not let it get shut down completely.
Yeah, the Brood went 4, 8, and 9 in their safe lane last time they played it against the Ukraine. And the matchup that it was up against was Slardar Dark Willow.
Yeah, that Slardar completely crushed.
Yeah, 10-0 and 18. Goddamn.
It was a Stonebank, wasn't it?
Hmm?
Was it Stonebank on Ukraine? I think they played the Slardar.
If it was the off lane, probably. It doesn't say his real name on here. It says worst MM ever.
Uh, well, that's
So I'll
probably
assume yes, it was Stonebank who played it in the off
yeah.
lane.
And I'll get the Jakiro here. Also a good hero of dealing with the Broodmother. I guess maybe not as good in the mid game. If the Broodmother gets the Orchid, she quite likes getting on top of the Jakiro and eating him alive. So maybe a bit of a strange one here. But the Jakiro has seen a lot of prioritization as a position 5 lately because a lot of tier 1 supports really valued the Liquid Frost. Previous game, they valued it so much that they went Liquid Frost level 1, which I thought was a bit strange, but
Okay. And then the Venom, I don't hate it. What's your thoughts on the Jakiro 25 talent?
did
Where
Jakiro
it's just
25? Oh,
obtain liquid fire
I think it's
or
useless.
100% dual breath range.
I think it's very useless. Genuinely. I think
I,
it
I think
doesn't.
I think that one is stupid, the obtain liquid fire, but I think the other one's amazing. Like the
Yeah, that's what I
extension
mean.
on dual breath is like way better.
Yeah, no, I mean, obtaining liquid fire at level 25 is pointless. If it would be a level 15 talent,
Mhm.
that's way different, right? Like, how often do you get to level 25 on a Jakiro support? If we would be in a patch where Jakiro's played as a mid laner or off laner, maybe that's different, right? You get it pre-minute 35, minute 40 if you have the best game of your life, and then you start melting towers. Otherwise, no, I don't think it's that good. Yeah, the second one, the Breathfire, it's great. Extra range, it's much better. But again, how many Jakiros level 25 do you ever see, Because let's be realistic here. Even if you're running a position for Jakiro, more often than not, you're gonna build the Greaves 4 staff. You're not gonna go for the Midas Aghanim's Rush to
That's true.
farm the waves and get extra XP.
That's true, but maybe one of these days we'll see it and we'll see what everybody picks. If they pick it though, I'm gonna be very upset. If all of a sudden they just show up and they're just like, oh yeah, obtaining liquid fire is actually the best one.
Okay,
I'm
I've
gonna
done it.
be
I have done it. I have hit level 25 on Shakira. I picked Liquid Fire, but it was like one of those like kind of base race scenarios type stuff where we were trying to like melt their ancient faster than they were doing ours. I lost the game. What a surprise! But
this doesn't shock me now in the slightest. And I'm almost gonna say deserved.
I think so. Yeah, sometimes you gotta take the L, and I'll wholeheartedly agree that was my fault. Dark Seer finally getting banned out by a team in this tournament. I'm asking you, I'm asking Black, I'm asking everybody, I'm asking myself, what is up with the teams completely ignoring Darkseer in the IESF qualifiers? Because every other pro team is banning it first phase or picking it if it's not banned, but what do I know?
I don't know why they're just ignoring it because I agree. Like this is a first phase kind of hero, and
Yeah.
maybe they know something we don't, and they're just like, all right, well, we'll show them. Meta is stupid. Like, okay, cool. If that's what you think, sure. I don't
Oh,
know if you're right.
this is a Veno offlane, isn't it?
Um, it could be. It could be for now. They have three heroes that can kind of do what they want, I guess, when it
Oh, they
comes
played
down
this
to it.
yesterday. They played this yesterday. Oh yes, it was the same picks. I didn't like this. The Venom was the only saving grace of Francis squad. It was the same game with the Broodmother, and they went for the Plague Carrier build. They had a Spirit Breaker and the Broodmother, and they were trying to use the Plague Carriers on top of the Brood and the Spirit Breaker to go around the map and obviously burst targets, I assume. The Venom played well, everybody else got completely shut down. I think today I would like to see him go for the Noxious Plague.
Yeah, there's getting cute with it and being too cute with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of feel like they're getting a little too cute with it. Truthfully.
What, okay, so they need an actual mid laner, I guess. Broodmother's been played as a safe lane. And they have overall last pick, which is great. They will know if this Monkey King is core or support. At this current moment in time, I would assume it's most likely a support monkey. And or a support Sven. We have seen support Sven taking the Warcry facet, which is just so much armor for everybody, especially when you hit level 10 or 15 talent, I believe you get extra cooldown reduction for it, so you pretty much have plus 20 armor or so with a 5-second cooldown. So yeah, Hungary has a very nice draft with a lot of flex possibilities.
Yeah. Bat okay. Bat Rider deals with spiderlings again. So does Brewmaster.
Yeah.
When you just Cinder Brew, Flame Break, that's an easy little combo there. Very easy little combo.
France do have 50 seconds to come up with something to counter this. Well, counter. To complete their draft. And I'm gonna go on a limb and say that I think Void Spirit would actually be quite nice here.
It could be. Now I'm wondering. Actually, I said Bat Rider in the offlane with Brewmaster, but this could just be mid Bat Rider.
Mm-hmm.
Could be mid Jakiro.
Could
I'm
be
always
mid.
okay with that.
Could be mid monkey.
Yeah, I hate that though. That one bothers me.
It's the storm. Okay, different storm brother. The spirit brother. We have the monkey king spirit, monkey spirit king, whatever, and storm spirit mid. George is playing monkey king. George. That is that is the best nickname I think all in the entire tournament.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of real name, first name, nicknames.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I've always been a fan of that, where it's just like Frank,
Yeah,
Bob.
Frank. Frank's a good name. Bob's a good name.
Bob's a good
Does
one.
Frank still
George.
play?
I think so.
I think Bob definitely still does, but I don't know
Yeah,
about Frank.
Frank's in the SA region.
Yes, he was a Peruvian player, right?
It says his last team was in May, where he was
I
on Lava Esports, but he's probably, it's South America. He'll probably come back next year after TI. Wouldn't be surprised.
So what would be your what would you go for your name? Would you be going for Ben or Benjamin?
Oh, I don't know if I'd even do that. Ben's just such a default name. I don't think it's got the flair
I mean, is
of
it more default than Bob?
yes.
No, come
Yeah,
on.
yes, and I'll tell you why. Because if you really wanted to be slick with it, you could do 130130, and then you're Bob or
I
you're
love that.
13013, and you're really bringing the bad luck. Just saying,
Hmm.
that's the truth. I can't be 13EN. That's whatever.
133 could be 1331 dash 1. Does that work?
No, that
No,
doesn't look like Ben at all.
no, it doesn't. We
But
tried.
yeah, but Bob, the 13013. That's how it's done. So
Well, we tried. Let's see how much are these two teams going to try. Like I said, Big Up France have already plenty of experience on stream. Their fourth series for our lovely viewers over at YouTube and Twitch, and they have pretty much been consistently on the receiving end of a beating. This will be their final chance during this group stage to come up with a W versus a resurging Hungarian squad.
yeah, and it's gonna be tough. I'm not surprised. It's gonna be really tough here. I think they picked the Brood's got to be a gotcha pick. Not being a gotcha pick, it it makes me sad because I'm always into the toxic gotcha, Tinkers and Huskars of the world and Brood. Like I like seeing it every now and then. I know people don't like seeing it ever, but hey, I ain't those people. I like seeing a good gotcha pick. Do I like spending a good amount of money on gotcha games? No, but also don't look at my my Dota account because I've spent a lot of money, too much money.
And it's part of your job, right? It comes to the territory. When you work for Dota, you're gonna spend money for Dota. It's kind of how you keep the ecosystem going, right?
Yeah, yeah, and then or you try to buy the caches and you accidentally buy Treasure 3 because you're stupid, and it's a whole story. And then you open Treasure 3 and you don't open any ultra rares, and then you're just sad anyway. It's fine, whatever. I'm not bitter.
How many Arcanas have you dropped in the Candy Works this?
Two,
event?
actually two.
So have I. Which ones?
I got Terrorblade
Oh.
and I think the Crystal Maiden one.
So you've outdone me already because I've got an Ogre in CM.
Ogre's good. I think Ogre's fine. I mean, it's a weird one,
I mean,
but
I'm
the
a
CM
support.
one is good.
I'm a support, which is great for me.
Yeah,
But I'm
the
just
CM
saying,
one is good.
Terrorblade one is much better. Come on, Terrorblade, really?
The CM one is good, and I'll tell you why. Because I also got the set in the chest, in the Treasure 1 that goes with the Arcana.
Oh, I think I got that as part of the Arcana bundle, actually.
Oh wait. Oh,
I
then
think so.
yeah, because that comes with the Arcana, right? That
I
set.
think it can come with Arcana, yeah.
Yeah, which means that I didn't realize at the time, but I also spent candies on a Crystal Maiden Arcana that I didn't need.
Oh.
I'll check if it was that, but
We'll see.
Brood already in trouble. This is the combo. It's just Cinder Brew into Flame Break, and you do a lot of damage.
Yeah, and sadly, despite the nickname, Low Skill is anything but that. He's a very high-profile player, very experienced.
Well, that's not what his win rate says.
What's his
Sorry,
win
don't
rate?
hate me.
What's his win rate,
No,
Nico?
not him specifically. I mean the team.
Okay.
It was me being an ass.
I think Low Skill is a very good hero. He just needs to find like a break in the tier 2, tier 1 scene. You know he's actually top 20 Europe right now?
Damn.
Okay, no, I'm lying. Apparently 23rd. Still good.
That's still up there. Also, I looked it up and I got the Zeus Arcana, not the Crystal Maiden one. So Zeus and Terrorblade.
That's good. You know, I already have the Zeus Arcana, so I'm happy I didn't get like a duplicate. Um, but yeah, thanks, Gabe, for that. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. So what are the lanes in the end, by the way, for the Radiant side? Okay, so it's a offlane Veno, as predicted, with a safe lane Brood and a Midstorm. Okay, that's not the team we were confused about. No, Hungary. Who is the Monkey King? Monkey King is being played as mid lane. Ah, okay.
It should do all right for a little bit here.
Yeah, the one reason I don't like Monkey King mid is because his strength is in the tree dance, which he utilizes as a support or safe lane carry much better. If you're a mid laner, you're not a Shadow Fiend to push the wave and then go gank, right? Monkey King doesn't have those tools.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how Monkey King... I want to see if you can utilize the facet. Because you can tree dance with no cooldown, but Primal Spring still has a pretty hefty cooldown, so... I mean, can you jungle well enough as a Monkey King and go in and get a couple of camps? Guess we'll have to find out.
I'm telling you, I think the hero's broken. I genuinely think it's broken. I think Monkey King needs heavily nerfed. Or, I don't know, just that facet makes him broken.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. I think it's ridiculous.
Well, on the bright side, I guess, for France, the Sven's not having a game. But sadly for France, the Broodmother's not having a game either, so both safe laners are equally shut down.
No, it's a lot of repeating of this, and they're going to go for this Dark Willow, and this should be easy first blood. Now you're into level 2 of Cinder Brew, and that's rough. It gets activated immediately off Flame Break. Now the movement slows 28%, the damage is doubled. And they can just do it again here. Look at this. Just running you, burn you out, and now they don't want to risk it with the blood grenade being thrown on them.
What is the...
Double bracer.
What are your thoughts on the Jakiro innate ability? Because I think it looks really cool, but I don't know if it's actually useful. Yeah.
I think it's kind of stupid.
Yeah. Like, it looks cool when he double right-clicks you, but it's like the same damage. It's just a gimmick.
It's a gimmick to get wards.
I see,
Which would matter if we were still whoever killed the ward gets the ward. But we ain't like that. It's whoever buys the sentry, so...
What is George doing?
He had Jingyu. He was still able to fight there.
Okay. What about now? What is he doing now?
Playing on the edge. Oh, this range creep's just running away from lane. This Radiant range creep. And top lane, they should be able to like continue to play aggressively. I wonder if he just denies him here. He hit him once.
Because they went for the play carrier again. It's the same thought process. I told you yesterday they ran the Spirit Breaker with it. Now they have the Storm Spear, right? So you're going to pop the words on top of him and he's going to board lightning. And I think that is the game plan, which I think it could be very funny if it actually does work out for them somehow.
I don't even know if I put it on Storm. If anything, I'd try to put it on Brood.
Yeah, I mean, that's why you got multiple of them as Joral. Oh.
Yeah, he just hit that 6. If he's 5 there, he dies.
That was unfortunate timing for the Hungarian squad.
That Rider coming over, though, like, it leaves Brood to farm. And I think giving anything to Brood is an issue. Like, this is long enough where Brood's is going to pretty much play uncontested.
Yeah, I mean, right now only 5 last hits behind the Brewmaster, despite that early pressure we saw from them. Quite curious choice from Hungary to do this here.
But yeah, once the Bat Rider's back, expect Cinder Brew. Yeah, there it is. And they ignite it without even using the Flame Break. Obviously, Flame Break's going to be a lot more of that damage, but I'm a little surprised that they just didn't want to... I mean, Bat Rider, you have to, kind of, right? You want to go into the Firefly and everything with a sticky napalm, and you get things like this where you're able to get the rotation from both the Jakiro and the Monkey King. And I think they know that Brood's really the problem.
This Monkey King is so absurd, man.
Storm could ball out, but we'll see how likely that is to happen. Is anybody buying an Orchid?
I want to know what Shin's doing here.
Swiping the Wisdom Rune?
Oh, is that the new
He
route?
did not get it.
You go through the triangle, not through the actual path through the river? Okay. No,
I don't know if that's the actual path. I wouldn't go that far. I'm not going to overanalyze his steps to try and get this Wisdom Rune. But I do think that he maybe was in that. If I had to give him an out, it was that.
I'm just saying. I think if you're safely in a Radiant hero, you want to steal the Wisdom Rune, you go through the Lotus Pool, through like that path over the river to the Ancients. That's what I'm saying.
That's fair. Also, I'm going to ask a question.
Uh-huh.
It's going to put listeners deeper into the immersion of being in the room with us.
Oh, I like that.
We're both leg up kind of guys.
Yes.
In the chair. So my question is, do you play Dota like that?
Oh, that is a great question. Sometimes. The answer is sometimes.
I can actually. I can't play with my leg up like that. And I know there's players that do that.
You can or you cannot.
I can't. I just feel confined, and I almost want to be in. Like, I like it when I'm casting, but playing, I can't play with my leg up on the chair.
So I'll tell you what the secret is. You gotta change your keyboard positioning and pull it closer to you.
I'll have to give it a shot, but not in a ranked game. I can't risk MMR over that.
Oh, yeah, no, that's sometimes. Sometimes is the correct answer. Well, I didn't expect that. That's a good question, Big Hava. That was very good.
There's so many players who do it that I do always wonder, like...
Wasn't it Fenrir that was playing both feet up? Like, that's hard. That's crazy. Like, how do you balance on a chair?
The L stance or whatever? Oh,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Death Note stance. I think that's how Fenrir used to play. I swear I remember some seeing him that back in the day.
Wild to me. I don't know how anybody could play like that.
I mean, there's the whole thing where the pro players go to LANs and, like, take their shoes off to play. I mean, yes, I don't wear shoes in my own home, but I don't think I could take my shoes off, like, on LAN on stage.
I guess you got to think that those stages are being built, like, as the LANs are happening, so theoretically they are as clean as they're gonna get. Maybe.
Would you do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh gosh, Jakiro just died immediately. Storm's kind of getting a line. He's got amplified damage. This could be a problem because I think Monkey King just dies here.
Yeah. George really tried there.
Oh wow, low skill's dead too. This is what they needed. Amplified damage. Now you've got a couple kills for Brood. Sven might die too. This amplified damage is still going on. Uh-oh. Yeah, this is a full team wipe.
No, I don't
think That's crazy.
Did Jakiro die?
Yeah, oh, he died in the beginning.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's the strength of Power Rune.
Yeah, that was amplified damage and just go.
I'm surprised we
responded like that.
I'm surprised we don't see more Oracle, only because of how important power runes are these days and his innate ability of predicting runes. Obviously, other than Insania, I don't think there's any support or any team in the world that plays this Oracle. And I actually don't think the hero is that strong, but I don't think it's that weak either. I mean, we were talking last night on Bcop's Twitter, you can go follow him at Bcop, about the strength of Ancient Apparition. And I think both AA and Oracle are kind of in the same position. I think both could be viable, but nobody runs them for some reason.
Ancient Apparition, from what people were saying, 343 actually answered, and he was like, it's something along the lines of weak lane, and then strong safe lanes are the trend right now. If you lose your safe lane, your opponent position 3 has some giga fast pipe that and just takes your whole map, and AA doesn't really do anything to help prevent that. And that makes sense. That was more like, I asked for a breakdown on it, and I had one person just be like, look at win rates. And I'm just like, that's not what I mean. You know, like, I want to know why, because I'm not an analyst myself. I know what makes Ancient Apparition weak. I'm not going to say he's this strong, you know, beast of a man. But you know, it's just I wanted more in-depth analysis on it.
Yeah, but like, I'm not a former pro player like 3 for 3 years, but I would even go as far as argue that that's not a correct assessment.
What that
Because then,
he's
because you play a lot of. I mean, yes, I understand this, but I was mentioning about the setting up for himself. But when the Chaos Knights and the Svens of the world are being played, you do have that long range stun that enables the cold feet to actually be very effective in the laning phase, right?
ooh Sven. I agree with that. Sven is. Can he fight back? No.
Nah.
No way. No.
Ooh, Flame Break was almost perfect there, but look at low skill
Oh,
here.
good terrorize. And yeah, Dark Will probably dies, but that allows the Storm to just ball lightning TP out. So my thought is, I think Ancient Apparition in a 4 position right now would be okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that if you get that Rod of Atos early, now you kind of made up for that lack of lockdown that everybody thinks exists. Because if you give Cold Feet to freeze and you've got Shard, it's like 4.2 seconds of lockdown.
I think at the same time, the reason maybe she's not played as 4 right now, it's literally just said, but the opposite way around. The Sven, CK, and the Ursas that we see a lot on safe lane kind of punish her.
Oh yeah, they would bully pretty hard. You'd
Yeah.
have to play pretty reserved.
But I think AA could be great in this patch also because of the troll. Like, it's
Yeah.
such a great counter to the troll.
It's a good counter to a lot of heroes, I think. The healing takeout is just a big point. And I'm wondering now, if you were to put AA with, say, a Brewmaster,
Mm-hmm.
if that would be a decent lane, because you're going to activate Cinder Brew with Cold Feet.
Yeah.
And if your movement speed gets low enough, you're going to freeze over, and then you just die. Because Cinder Brew will burn you out. You're eating Cold Feet. You're getting extra amplified magic damage with the Ice Vortex. And Cinder Brew is magical damage, so I don't know. Maybe there's something there in a Brew Ancient Apparition lane.
We might be cooking something here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
Speaking
Gaming Gladiators, listen.
Speaking of cooking, George is finally going to start cooking up some farm with the Maelstrom because he's currently the least farmed hero on the map, despite the fact that he was holding his own quite well versus the Storm Spirit mid lane. And you're looking at the scoreline, you see it's 6-4, and if you're new to Dota, you're like, oh, Hungary's doing fine. They're not doing fine.
I didn't realize how much net worth they're actually down.
Yeah, they're not doing fine at all.
This Veno actually got so much out of the lane.
And I
Which
like
is a
this from
surprise.
France. I like this from France. Like, they played this yesterday and they got completely shut down, but they stick to their guns. They knew what they practiced. They knew what it worked. They realized, oh yeah, we just were mismatched by the fact that we did pick Broodmother into 3 counters, and obviously Ukraine is probably one of the favorite teams. So we gotta just stick to our guns and see what we can do versus an opponent that's maybe more evenly skilled with us.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's using something that they think would work, or if they're a team that has like a one trick, and this is that lineup, and this is all they can do. I'm wondering. Like, this is our best thing, is having the Brood and the Veno. We do it best. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe.
At least they didn't lose in 5 minutes and 44 seconds. You know?
I'm so sad we
No.
didn't get to cover that game.
Which part? The beginning or just the end?
I wonder if I could find the VOD and see if the picks lasted longer than 6 minutes.
They probably did. Who's got this orchid? Brood? Yeah.
Yeah. There's nobody else around, so I hope it's her.
Well, I'm just wondering, because I thought maybe you'd probably need an orchid or something for this Storm Spirit at least, and I guess Gleipnir kind of does the same for Storm, where you're just trying to keep him in place.
A Monkey can build Orchid, and I think we've even seen Sven's building, but I think Monkey will most likely go get it after he finishes the Gleipnir. I mean, he could go Maelstrom Gleipnir, Maelstrom Orchid, I wouldn't hate that.
There's more and more kills for this Brood. It wasn't enough. And they left lane. That's
How far
it.
is our Brewmaster from what radius? Like what, 500 gold, 400 gold? Okay.
Yeah, not too far away.
I mean, it's crazy because this game is probably the least action-packed game we'll had all qualifier long, and Hungary are just outright losing. Like they're 7k goal behind, and every single minute that passes, France keeps accelerating their farm. And yeah, okay, you make it ultra late game, you have a Sven Monkey carries, they will take you over the finish line. But are you gonna be able to hold for that long?
I don't know, honestly. The push is gonna start coming. Like they lost their tier 2 top. And
Without the
maintaining
Broodmother.
this- Yeah. Maintaining this is gonna be rough.
And now the smoke is coming up. Cry has the ultimate ready. Almost level 12. Would love to get that before the next team fight, I assume, to have 2 points in the Noxious Plague.
You know, like they're just setting up bottom. Take the tier 1. If they really wanted to push for more, they could take the tier 2. Fighting this into this is gonna be rough. And they know that.
And this Monkey King didn't do much this game, other than that great rotation bottom, which is what the hero should be doing more often if he's played on the side lane. Yeah, the hero's not achieved anything, I would argue.
You're far away from a BKB on the Sven, like you're just gonna get pushed through. You need to react eventually. Sometime soon.
Hungary beat Georgia, and France is beating Hungary. I'm telling you, Big Up, we're heading towards tiebreakers in this group. Did Georgia and France play already? Let me check that out. I'll find that out for us.
If they fight this with Radiance, I don't know if that's even enough. I really
think
don't
they
think that this. Yeah, I don't think they should fight. Their tier 3 is down to half health. Like this is a tower that's got 500 HP left on it.
Oh wow, okay. So France and Georgia is the last game.
Oh boy, Bat Rider's dead. This storm's out of control. The thing is, I think Georgia can win that.
Yeah, so do I. I think Georgia should have won even the Hungary game, but you said it was one-sided, so... Oh, Bushwhack missed.
I don't think that matters. And again, they just push in this lane, and they're just getting solo picked off.
There's only one tier 2 tower
Reacting to
standing.
this is so dangerous. Although Brood's kind of stuck in this peninsula spot, and they might die because of that. Whoa, I just got out of the Wukongs. Monkey King dies. Yeah, this might just be the end, especially if you lose nothing on the Radiant. Like, you're just losing one after the next. You've lost your cores. Down goes the Brewmaster. And from here, you've got Brood again, who could just push in.
Incredible methodical play, and prodding in, out, and around the opponent heroes, kiting them perfectly.
This is why Brood isn't giving up, by the way. This is like... Just... This is Raxgon. I mean, they're actually so low level that they don't need to stay dead that long. They may not
That's
be
the
able
one
to get
saving
Rax.
grace.
Yeah. They actually can't get Rax because they've already respawned. That's pretty insane.
I thought the Brood might get punished there because she went for the greedy build, didn't go Orchid into BKB, completed Bloodthorn first, but somehow survived. And now, steal the Tormentor. Shin will have the extra Brambles spawned when the crown pops or gets dispelled. There's a DD, well, amplified damage rune at the bottom side of the river.
Oh boy, yikes.
I guess the
Yeah,
gliding is good on George.
I've seen a few fights in that little peninsula area of the secret shop. It's really good when you can just kind of go from high ground to low ground. And there's a lot of trees on that peninsula, too.
Yeah.
and make
Especially
life
during nighttime,
awful.
like when the fight actually did take place before minute 20, it's very easy for you to escape there.
They're just getting everything now. They're gonna get Roche.
Simas is 2-0-7 on this Hoodwink. Oh. Wisdom will be taken by the Hoodwink as well. All this time. Guardian Grease will offset all the damage that Roshan dealt to them, and Aegis collected by Storm.
Who's also got this amplified damage. They're up 10 levels right now.
There's a Gleipnir coming into Cry, I think. He's about to have a full Gleipnir Guardian Greaves on the Venomancer. Wow.
Really not great for the side of Hungary at all.
Lasso.
So, all right.
No Aegis.
That was a quick kill. I mean, whenever you kill Broodmother, you know, you get that chance to kind of come back into the game.
Yeah, it's
But
still a Sven with God Strength, right?
Yeah. Alone, that's going to be tough. I think as a team, though, it's still very doable.
Yeah, especially since they protected their racks in that previous push. Well, the BKBs are on the way. They don't have them yet, but I think they might get a chance to have them before the end of the game. Oh, Sven does have it actually after that kill.
Yeah, that's probably big gold, right? You know, it's 551 gold plus 738 between everybody.
This is where we might start seeing France be actually punished because they don't have a quote-unquote position 1, like a traditional position 1.
Brood definitely gets away with it until, I would say, about 35 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
When you hit critical mass, because you've only got one item right now. Like, you're still getting BKB. So, punishing is going to be difficult, but it takes some time. Like, Sven has this BKB, but he still needs these 2 items in his queue. Like, this Daedalus is going to be important, so he can start to really clean up everybody. It's not the easiest, though. But with the BKB, like, he could rip apart these heroes. You need to be very careful. Your positioning's going to start to heavily matter now.
There's still almost 3 minutes on this Aegis, and now a shield will pop by Joral. They should definitely get at least a tier 2 final standing in mid, but maybe force something else. Maybe force out a Sven BKB with the Aegis, so at least he doesn't have the 9-second one for a Aegis-less fight. I don't know.
Oh, now they're going tier 2s. Or the final tier 2. Again, the question is, do they want to push for more? Fortunately, they know that God Strength is off cooldown.
Yeah, but they need to force some TPs back, right? Okay, they're going for the pickoff instead onto Aida's Sven.
Yeah, getting this kill and this BKB is now unfortunate that this is the 9-second usage. Now it's on cooldown, and they're pressuring top again. So you know that he's not going to have his BKB. Ooh, he's actually nearby. And now he's dead.
Wow.
Called where he was going to go to a T.
That was some sensational play, I gotta say. Forcing this Sven out to eat the BKB and then punishing him.
They use Split, they've used Macro Pyre, and this Hoodwink is now finally dead. Oh, and they can get in on this. They've used that BKB. Yep. This is dead Monkey King, dead Bat Rider. Sven's still dead for 20 seconds.
1 minute on the Aegis.
Yeah, this is, again, another tier 3. Is it going to be racked? The respawn timers aren't exactly that long. Actually dive in the tier 3. Try and get this Jakiro. Just got a mech, but it's not going to matter. Now the Stormy still has the Aegis. He can get the Bloodthorn help from this Broodmother. God Strength. Oh, God. Oh, no. The buyback on the Bat Rider, and he can't do anything.
And even the Slacks taunts.
Yeah. That one's going to get under your skin.
The Aegis won't get
Gosh.
killing back. Storm will be back to full HP. And 21k deficit. 14 kills behind Hungary. Well, are not going to call it just yet. They're going to try to go for one more with the next God Strength. But Monkey can gets caught again.
Yep. And there is that added Bloodthorn. There's that added damage. He's dead for 50. Doesn't have buyback. And the Aegis will expire. Full health, full mana back on the Storm. And this is looking like it's going to be megas. There's no God Strength for 35 seconds. Like, there's so much time where Sven's not going to hurt at all.
Well, he's going to have it as soon as Monkey's back, I guess.
If it lasts that long. Because now they're about to lose this Brewmaster. And they've gotten the lasso, but Storm popped his BKB.
And what
so he doesn't care. Yeah, they're going to clean up here. They're going to finish this game. There's no real answers. And they'll call GG.
Okay. Victory from France with by far their best performance in this entire tournament long. I gotta be honest, up until this point. Now they find themselves in a 2-2. And at the middle of Group D, which confirms to us that Poland and Ukraine are officially in the top 2 slots in the upper bracket. I don't believe there is any way in which Poland could actually tie break with France, as they've played each other already. Poland defeated them, so even if the two teams would somehow end up 3-2, Poland would still make it to the upper bracket. So right now, we are only looking at which one of these bottom 4 teams is still gonna make it to the lower bracket. As the highlights are on our screen right now, I gotta ask Bcop, what do you think is happening to Hungary? Like, they played sensational Dota versus Georgia, and then they got completely shut down by France.
I just, it's teams that maybe just don't have the chemistry. They're all trying to do what they think is best in the game. It did feel like it was 5 different games of Dota, right?
Yeah.
Or really 3 different games of Dota, if we want to just break it down by lane. Because bottom felt cohesive for them. Top, they were cohesive in knowing that they were getting nothing out of the lane, and then mid, like, Georgia's playing his own game, and it's just like, what do you really do? And they got beat by Brood. I think they were shutting down Brood, and they were continuing to make sure that Brood really didn't get much out of the game, but the second that you leave that to be, all of a sudden you're in trouble.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know what to
exactly
say.
fun times.
I don't know what to say about this Group D, because it is a very contested group, but I'm gonna give you some updates of what's happening off stream in the other groups, of course, as we've been following this Group D. I believe let's look at rounds. So in round number 4, Group A, Romania defeated Slovakia. Kosovo, whoa, defeated Greece.
What?
No.
Really?
Wow. Yes.
So probably the 2 biggest upsets that, like, Kosovo made. Who are these guys?
Kosovo right now. Wait. So they lost to Turkey and Czech Republic, but they beat Romania and Greece?
In 50 minutes. Okay.
That's incredible.
Wow.
Wow. What an update. I didn't see that one coming, I'll be honest, Bikov.
Yeah, that one's kind of wild to me. I didn't expect that coming at all, but we'll see. We'll see how the rest of this kind of pans out, because I thought Greece should be okay, but we'll see. We'll be going to a break. We'll see you guys soon. We'll see you in a bit.